How long does it actually take to build a profitable business? I'm making this video mainly because I think someone's got to be honest about timelines and what it really takes as far as time investment in. When people start off building a business, their expectations of how long it's going to take to either make it profitable or to get it to where they want it to go can be very unrealistic. People on social media have distorted how long it can take to start a profitable business. To actually yield profit is really challenging for most people and most businesses. The illusion that it's this easy thing that can be done in 20 days or 30 days or a month or a couple months, it's not real. Let's consider for a second that the business model is correct. The physical business that you want to start makes sense. How long would it really take for you to get it from zero to making profit? And what do you determine as profit? That's a huge piece of this, because you can start a business and collect a salary off of a business, and that could be considered profitable. But the business itself could be break even. If you really want to just be able to make an income off of something that is not working for an employer, I think it's far more achievable and attainable in shorter periods of time than to say having a very wildly profitable business turning cash hand over fist. But the truth is most of the businesses that folks start, landscaping companies, YouTube accounts, social media, consumer products, e-commerce, all these different general businesses that you hear often about, those are really the businesses that are going to take 3 to 5 years. If it took me 3 years to make content and then start monetizing the channel, I really lost money, the value of my time over those 3 years. You have to taper your expectations for profit and really be focused on what it is that you want to get out of your business. How big do you want to grow it? How much money do you want it to make? What is success to you? In the end, the first 3 years of any business, your time and money are spent growing that business. You need to get it to where it's past a certain threshold where you can really start to carve a profit out. I would say the simple answer is, if you're starting a ground up business, you should expect your business to take probably minimum 3 to 5 years, really probably 5+ years to be turning a profit. And if you're really struggling in those 3 to 5 years to build a path forward to make money, odds are you have a business model issue. If you want to jump skip the step, one thing that you could consider doing, and this is a very viable option for most people, in fact, it's how my family has done so well in business. We buy businesses. So we find someone else that's already put in the 5, 10, 15 years in, even 20+ years in, that's maybe not doing so well. The company's on the downtrend. And we buy that business for a discount, and then we take our expertise and our time and energy and capital, and we make that business worth more by bringing it back up. If something's existed in the market for say 3 years, it's not even long enough for people to know about it. But unless it's like goes mega viral on social media or has some kind of unique proposition or moat of uniqueness that you can market that people hear about immediately. You could also buy a business that is already profitable, that isn't suffering. If you do that, you could theoretically be making money day one. Are you going to start a business from the ground up? Are you going to buy a business? If you are going to buy a business, are you going to buy one that's profitable or one that's failing? How much capital do you have? If you have a lot of capital versus a little bit, it may determine which route is best for you. Also, what your bandwidth is and how much risk you'd like to take. Buying a falling company honestly is risky, but it's the highest payout, because if you take a failing company and you make it successful again, you get a 10x return on it. But if you start a company up, it's also high risk because you're going to be the person that brings whatever it is to market. So you have to be willing to put the time in. It's going to be 3 to 5 years. Anybody who says that it's less time, I mean, they basically are lottery winners. It's far less than 1% of people who set out to start a business that end up making money in a very short period of time. They're kind of unicorns. In 3 to 5 years, that's when you can start to see yourself turn the corner. And if you don't turn the corner after that period, like I said, it might be time for a different business. It might also be time for a business model change, which many companies do. They pivot from one thing to another, and it can be the difference between a great business and a bankrupt business. During those 3 years, it feels like, oh, it might not be profitable, so my life is worthless. Like nothing's happening in my life. I've lost those years. That is a BS sentiment. In the 3 years that you start a business, or any kind of business, you're still living your life. It's crazy to think that your life doesn't just get put on hold. I mean, yes, you might be working around the clock or obsessed or whatever the case is, but the reality is you still have all the other facets of your life that are going on at the same time. So you don't lose 3 years. You gain 3 years of experience, not just in career experience, but in experiences, like challenges and improving oneself and getting over barriers. The value of 3 years into a business makes your life worth more. It makes you worth more as an employee, as an employer, whatever it is. You get so much, you yield so much profit off of a business in 3 to 5 years, in 10 years, and you don't even realize it as you're doing it. Taper your expectation for when you feel like you need to make money. Focus on keeping the business going and your overhead managed, and ultimately enjoy the process. Don't do a business if you don't enjoy the process. You know, like, it's not for everybody. And if it is for you and you want to be someone that does it, great. If not, having a career elsewhere, doing something else is great too. It's not an exact answer, but it should give you a little bit of a blueprint to see how long it's likely going to take you. And if you have questions, just put them down below. Let's talk about it. Before you commit 3 to 5 years, it's great to build out the model and determine what success is for yourself and your family likely, and of course, your business. So thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.